coming through okay. We're gonna do just a quick check. Mind the mess on the floor, because we got something real cool for you tonight. Really cool for you tonight. Assuming this is actually working. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Still muted, huh? Hold up 1 second. Check, check. How about that? How about them apples? Is that working? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Testing, testing. Check, check. How about that? Woof. That's super hot. Them apples? Is that working? That is super hot. What's up, Brandon the Zealot? Sounds like it's all right. Okay, so we're gonna create a little other view. Camera 2. Let's do. Okay, let's do it this way, where we're gonna throw up the screen. Not that one. We're gonna throw up screen 1. Here we go. Let me know if you can still hear me, guys. Got some cool stuff coming. Oh, it's screen. Screen. Display capture. There we go. Screen 1. There we go. We're going to minimize that right there. And then we're going to add one of the cameras, which is this camera right here. It's the Sony. Yep. Then we're going to put that on top. Okay. So what we got planned, and hopefully it doesn't, we don't bomb, but we're going to do a little penny whistle recording, because I can, and let me make sure we don't have a whole lot of sound coming in here. Yeah, we don't have any sound coming in here in the house. Let's grab the penny whistle and let's take a walk into the vocal booth. So I can't see any Facebook comments, and the lighting is not correct in here yet, but hey, we got camera. So I spent a few hours in the last few days at night, after all my other work was done, getting this knocked out. So if I stand here, it's okay. Apparently if I get a little too close, it's not great. But let's, y'all let me know if you can hear this. Wow. So I'm gonna have to get another mic in here for when I'm talking to you. Okay, tell me how that sounds, other than the ridiculous reverb on my voice. And here we go. So we're going to mute this one. Let's play and let's see what this sounds like. That's a little loud. That's gonna be tough to. I'm not gonna harmonize. Okay, let's record a little bit, see what our file looks like, because the only thing about the remote control here, if you guys can see, so I'm remote controlling it from my iPad, is I can't see the wavelengths. So I can't tell how much signal's coming in. It's the problem with not being able to be in two places at once. So we're going to do just to cut a little bit, go back in the other room and see what it looks like. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what that looks like. See you in the other room. Pop, pop. And we're back here. So let's see what this setting is. That is cam screen 1. So cam screen 1. Looks like I didn't have that saved. Of course I didn't have it saved, so... Oh well, I'll just have to select it. So, okay, let's open that window back up and see what it looks like. And, yeah, that's actually a pretty good signal. Pretty good signal here. So what I'm not sure is they did a rough recording with a whistle. I'm not sure if that's what they want me to cut, so but we'll do a couple passes. We'll do just a couple passes and see. So let's get rid of this. Let's duplicate this a couple times. So we have, we'll do, let's do 2 or 3 takes. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. The signal looks okay. I'm not going to put anything up on the front end. And let's bring this volume back down. The volume in the headphones was good. Let's go back to the other view, which was this one. All right, see you back in the other side. Okay. Check, there we go. I just realized that this flute is green. I don't know if you can see in this light. It probably looks black, but it's actually like a really deep Irish green. Top of the morning to you. That's so hard to Okay, let's give it a shot. Take it from the top. Let's listen to this other. So they doesn't sound like they want me to come in until about halfway through this intro. Okay. We're gonna come in right there. Cool, let's try it. But with this one. Everything except for that last note. One more time. Let's put that right there. Okay. Let's listen to that back. Okay, I like that. Let's take it forward. Okay, so something just very Irish lines. What's up, Brother Rod? Yes, near, far, oh, wherever you are. I'm still learning the trad Irish mordants. So I've got a couple of the almost, I'd say, cliche ones down, but that one's tough in this key. Because you got to stay loose enough to get it, but then you got to get enough embouchure pressure to get the high notes too. Something like that. Okay, let's mute the example track and let's give it a shot. Let's take it back just a little bit further back. More breath. Need more breath. That is, nah. I don't know why this, I think I got a hard drive that's, need to get it out. And it's funny, it's an SSD, but nothing lasts forever, and I work these things. Save. Let's bring it back a little further. All right, let's listen to this little thing they want. Okay, we're gonna do our own thing there because that's not thinking like a wind player. Okay, let's take that, mute that. Okay, a little bit further back. And that's actually not bad. Let's. I'm gonna take and do another take on another track. Um, yeah, it's a penny whistle rod. So that's something my buddy that's been teaching me the Irish trad technique stuff. He's like, they don't actually tongue anything. Everything is done with the fingers, which is really weird for a flautist, saxophonist, American Western style. That's very different, very different. But you know, I want to make it sound authentic. Brother Maynard, I wish I had. Scott Kittleson sent me something, and next live stream we do with him, we're gonna pull it up. You're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. It's a Monty Python thing. It's amazing. Now I get it why these guys they play almost like flat fingered. They don't play with their fingertips, and I'm starting to see why. That's much better. How's the camera look, everybody? I know the lighting's not quite right, but this camera line is actually here inside the vocal booth. Isn't that great? The line is inside the vocal booth. The camera's inside the vocal booth. The vocal booth room is closed. You guys are seeing the, oh man, you're seeing a picture-in-picture of the wrong thing. Hold up. You're supposed to be seeing Cubase. Un momento. Whoops. I left the wrong thing up. That's what you're supposed to be looking at. Okay. We got a lift in. I had them set these doors. All these doors are super tough to close, but that makes them as close to airtight as we can get them without being, you know, ridiculously. I want that to get that fwa, fwa, and I have to do it almost with the middle knuckle. So if you see, that's how I'm playing it. Like I'm trying to. This is how I'm used to playing flute, which is fingertips. But the fingertips don't give you the right sounding, the Irish sounding style. Those guys play like this. See? This is just from watching their videos, and now and I always would make a note. I'd say, man, why does it look so funny? Why do they play like that? Now I get it, because they can get that. But then I can't feel. I'm not used to playing this way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do fingertips on this one, y'all, just so I can make it through clean. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Let's take it back just a little bit further. Check. It's not bad. Let's catch this other spot. Let's just kind of play as the spirit leads. Nope, I'm not saving that. That was a computer jump. Here we go. Wasn't crazy about that last note, but it's not bad. It's not the end of the world. Well, let's listen to it just to make sure. We don't want to give anything that's... Yeah, that'll work. That's authentic. This is from my good friend, Miss Shawna Dose from Jacob's Tent. She's releasing a record. She's a beautiful violinist, wonderful, wonderful sweet sister. Wonderful lady. Here we go. What in the... Why does this thing keep on doing this, man? Lord help me. Da-da-da. Okay, we're going to keep the pinky as an anchor. Let's do it again. Same thing. Ugh. Ugh. Just do the whole thing again. Just do the whole thing again. Just do the whole thing again. Okay, and we did a few takes at the end already. Let me see if one here. Nope. Okay. Let's do one more here. Let's mute that, and let's do one more right here. Then we're going to do one more in the beginning. Okay. Blow sharp. That's very Irish, I think. Methinks. Blew it at the end. I chickened out. That's what I need to put. I'm just going to record that several times and then I'm going to fly it in there. Okay. I'm sure I'll be able to use one of those. Because everything else I liked, I just didn't like that ending. Mm-hmm. That was dope sauce. That very end was dope. All right, let's do something here in the beginning and then let's edit these up. Let's see. I can do that better. Maybe not. All right. Let's go back to the control room and see what we got here. Woo! Tell you one thing, it gets warm in here, let me tell you. It is warm in there. Let me tell you. All right, let's make sure we've got the right view here. We want to do not that one, not this one, not that one, not that one. Is it this one? We'll take it. We'll take this. Okay. All right, let's get to editing. Let's turn our volume in the control room back up where we can hear. Let's go back to take number 1. Let's create another audio track. Just a blank one with the send for the reverb, so that matches. We're not going to send it with the reverb. We're going to let them have control of that. Let's put this alternate take over here, and that should be all that. All right, let's try take 1, and let's... I like the ending on that one. Yeah, I think I'm just going to end up sending all these and just cutting the mistakes out. So that was a good take. Let's call it GB P whistle. Let's call it T whistle. One, and then let's go 2, and then let's go 3, and then let's go 4. Okay. Okay, we're just going to dump that one because that was trash. That was trash. That was funny. Okay, I like that. And let's take 1. That was a good take, Gabriel. Not bad for a amateur tin whistle player. All right, so we're going to lose that one. Going to lose that one. And then we're going to put the... right there. We're going to change that out right here. Right there. And this actually should be... yeah, we're going to put that one in there instead. Ah. Showing you the movie magic here is what happens when you're not as proficient on as an instrument. You do what you got to do here. All right, so that's a take. That was a perfect breath there. This one, for some odd reason, just out of breath. I like that ending on that one. Ending on that one's nice. Okay, that one's okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. 3 pretty solid takes. I'll probably put a mixture of these on my record. So if I wouldn't use it for mine, I wouldn't give it to somebody else. Who's out there? Is anybody still out there? Leighton? Man, I'm tired. Tell you what. Three. So I think this is the first take. We put this as the first take. Well, anything with penny whistle is gonna remind you of Braveheart, you know? Nope. I'm gonna leave this one as first. Just the last little bit. There we go. All right. And that's all the way to the beginning. That's all the way to the beginning. Let's mark it off. Ooh, I'm tired. 3 shall be the counting, and the counting of the tracks of the penny whistles, and the orangutans, and the violins, and the breakfast cereals, and the brave hearts, and the freedom shall be 3. 3 shall be the counting, and the counting shall be... Oh, hold up. I got the whole thing right here.
Take out the holy pin. Then shalt thou count to 3. No more, no less. 3 shall be the number thou shalt count, and the number of the counting shall be 3. 4 shalt thou not count, neither count thou 2, excepting that thou then proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Once the number 3, being the third number, be reached, then lobbest thou thy holy hand grenade of Antioch towards thy foe, who, being naughty in my sight,
shall be blown to bits in thy mercy. Well, I didn't vote for him. Okay. Shawna as the deer. As the deer. As the deer. There it is. As the deer ghost. Who, being naughty in my sight, as brother Maynard, bringeth forth the book of armaments. Where is the Shawna? There it is. And let's make sure that these came through okay. Yep. No reverb either. Okay, that's it. I am going to pull up a track. I'll put up just a little bit of a track that I was working on. There we go. This is actually, I'm thinking this is going to be my next release, guys. I've still got to, I got to get everything done so I can get musicians in here to do Psalm 91, but I'm thinking about releasing this. I can't remember. I haven't decided if I'm going to call it Persevere or Steadfast or Just Keep Going, something like that. You know, it's a really great smooth jazz track that I actually pitched to a label a couple years ago, and I'm going to repitch it once I finish it. I've been adding some stuff. I added some stuff to it earlier this week. Man, I'm really tired. Of course, I did get up with a brand new puppy this morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning, so I guess I've got a little reason to be tired, or it was before 7 o'clock. Oh, and the Joker wouldn't let me sleep. Well, let me just go to camera 1 while I transfer all this stuff over from my friends. All righty. Perseverance of the Saints. That, Brother Maynard Cannon, that's some comedy art right there, brother. That is comedy art. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah. That was wonderful. And let's add Brother Cody on here. And that will be there momentarily. Let me just let this last file upload. Okay. And let's go back to that other view. Was it this one we were using? No, not that one. It was this one. No. This one. There we go. That was the one we were using. Okay. Let's listen to what I did the other day with this. I'm about to jump in the booth. Check. Hey. All right. And that has... So I didn't put reverb on this? I guess I didn't. Check, check. Check, 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 check. Okay. Let's cut some saxophone. Let's have some fun. You know what? I need to grab my... Oh, it's right there. Look at that. that's a little loud. Let's see how that sounds in the stream. Dude, that is a bad to the bone. So, man, that is a verse. Goodness gracious. Let's see. I want to go to that second verse. Let me go to the second verse here. I think it's right here. That must be here. Yeah. That, I have no idea what I did there. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Man, what did I do there? Right there. Boo-doo-ba-doo-ba. Man. Now, if I can do that without tongue in it. gracious, I'm gonna have fun playing that live. Just one more time for me. Well, no, so the problem is that other track that you hear that I'm playing on top of, I was playing it in my performing wireless mic, and it's not recording quality. The quality is not high enough to release. And while that second verse is played perfectly, it's not recorded perfectly, so I got to record it again. Though I'm not recording tonight, I'm just kind of getting this song back under my fingers. In fact, let's just take it from the top. Let's just take it from the top a little bit. And let's just mute the other one. How my verse goes. Ah, that's right. My goodness, I can't wait to finish. I gotta finish that song. That is a good song. Wow. And that's a butt kicker. I'm gonna have to shed. And I have got to get a second mic in here for when I'm in here cutting stuff, because I'm just reverbed out. You know what I'm thinking? If I set up a headset mic with my in-ears, of course, then then I got a lot on my person, but still, that would be better. Yeah, but even this, so like this, and I'll show you here, Brother Maynard, this first performance, I mean, you can see it's composed. I went through and I really wrote this. I essentially wrote this out. So like, here's a take, here's a punch, here's a punch, here's a punch. So I was basically writing this as I was recording it. I'm curious what I do on this take. Yeah, man, this is starting to sound tough. So what I did this week is I added the guitars, and I added this drum beat, just a straight like 80s drive, which it still sounds good. It sounds good without it, but it's more laid back. This adds the I'm hearing something. I'm tweaking into a whole new era. G-Funk, step to this, I dare ya. Funk on a whole new level. The rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble. Let's see. I want a true staccato. I'm curious how that's going to sound. Nah. No, that ain't it. I thought I had a. Where's the finger? There's a finger funk. A modern slap. Let's do. Yes, maybe it's this one.
Yeah, right. Well, that's that. All right. I could have swore this thing had an octaver. No. I don't know if it's adding anything. You know what? Let's do this. Let's just copy it down. See. Let's take. Oh, you know, Brother Maynard, I'm thinking about doing another theme. I started looking at the book, and I have another piece of music that's in my mind. So my auntie, I think, is gonna get 2 pieces. I might get my my guitarist to play on it, but I'm getting the vibe of what I want. You know what, y'all? I might sign a deal on this one. I might go back to the label and I might put this back out. I think that's a hit. That is a great song. Oh yeah, those verses, man. Those verses are inspired. Yeah, the thing is, man, I'm real picky, Rod. Real picky. Like my smooth jazz stuff, I've only ever had 2 guitarists. And my first one was my guitarist for like over 10 years, and he just we vibed on the same page. I mean, you can get people to play on stuff, but it's getting the right people to play the right stuff. That's the challenge. And it's yeah, if you go back and listen to my first 2 smooth jazz records, especially the second one, New Day, and listen to Derek Furr, man. Like he knows when to play and what to play. What's up, Pocket Tech guy? Okay, let me find this song that Brother Maynard wants to hear. Here we go. I don't think I've listened to this myself in like a week. So, but yeah, I'm getting the vibe of what I want. And then if once I get all the pieces together, I may or may not, bring a guitarist in. If I bring a guitarist in, then I'll probably give him a solo, but then that'll lengthen the song. And of course, I could have a single version and an album version. But it's also easier to just have one version because that's only one version you got to mix, one version you got to master, and one version you got to release. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, though, man, like that... oh, hold up. I left my iPad on the other room. 1 second. I'm going to get a beverage, y'all. I have to say, that video Marcus had of him playing on that like funk tune, my goodness, that was good. It was so good. Okay, let's see what the deal is. This is probably going to take a minute to load. Y'all pray for me. I'm raising funds to... Actually, I need to really push the fundraiser here in the next couple of weeks because there's a couple things we need to get. We are this close to being able to launch, y'all. This close. Should have probably turned this light on. Okay, this is the Boy and the Wolf Call, part 1. But shoot, when in the world was this that I added? Let's find out. feel like it was missing the original audio. Nope, there it was. I need to put that at the end. So I'll probably have to bring that down, douse it with reverb. Other than it not being mixed, it's kind of good. I'm condensed. I condensed the idea because I really need this to go another like 6 bars before I do this. That's pretty good. But I think what I have cooking in my subconscious is better. Yeah. That ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. I need to get away from the whole root note, Dark Knight, Hans Zimmer type thing. Get back to be a little bit more creative. Okay, y'all. I'm going to go to bed. It's Shabbat, and you can see I've got a mess of stuff down here. That's equipment and stuff that's still yet to be installed, but praise the Lord, we are getting it done. So I just shut the camera off in the other room. It's hard to see. I'm gonna pull the camera controls up so everyone can see the there we go. Come on. Let's go. Is it this one? Nope. It's the other way. So if you look around, all the wall ports are in. So everything is installed in here. All of the Ethernet, all the stuff in the walls. And I'll turn the lights up. There you go. So you can see that video input is in. The Ethernet in the back of the joint is in. There's nothing over there. Well, you can see the vocal booth there. Well, kind of. And then let's go. But you can see the camera was in there, so you can see the Ethernet back there is in, and the camera back there is in. The Ethernet down there is in. And next thing I'm going to do, once I finish doing all the Ethernet ports in the whole studio, you can see that thing all the way there in the back. It's focusing on the the monitor. You can see all those cables. I'm going to be bringing a no green screen in. I don't think I'm going to do green screen in here. I think it's going to mess up the vibe unless there's a way I can rig it where I can cover it, but there's probably not a way to do that because I've got to put stuff on the walls. Scott Kittleson actually should be here. We're going to be working on his next song, which we've actually already started tracking it. I'm just trying to get some steel guitar musician, thinking about getting a friend of mine to play harmonica on it. And hopefully we'll do those sessions here so we can video them and do them in real time so folks can see what we got going on. So, yeah, let me find the... Of course it's not in there. Let me find the link. So, of course, as you know, you can sew into Give, Send, Go. So, help me out, y'all. I've got to buy about a $3,000 computer. I've got to roll a thing in here. I've got to buy some wall plates. Thankfully, the wall plates are only $20. So, hey, if somebody wants to throw $20 this way, $20 will buy the wall plates we got to put for the rest of the video inputs everywhere else in the studio. Before the grand opening, I've got to get screens. So I've got to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens with wall mounts. So a wall mount's about $50 to $100. The screens are going to be, the smaller ones will be about maybe $100, $150. And then I've got to get 2 big ones. There's going to be one big one here that I think I have. I have to make sure that it works. And then I'm going to get a massive one for the live room. So that's going to be, probably a good $2,000 there. We still have to get treatment for the walls in here. So I'm going to take that treatment that's all those acoustic foam tiles. I'm going to put them on cardboard. I've been meaning to do that. It's just been, it's like, well, I could do that or I could get the video ends done. Let me get the video ends done. Well, I could do that or I could do the network. Well, I got to do the network. So I'm trying to clean up all the walls and get those done everywhere else in the studio so that we can finish. So I've got to get a wall mount for all the network stuff. So that's probably going to be like $100. So I got to get that. And so we can mount that to the wall so we can get all the network stuff off the floor. In the storage, like 3 part-time jobs. So I do marketing for my brother Jonathan. Y'all remember Jonathan, my partner from Soul Vitamins. So I do marketing for him, and then I serve at my church as part-time staff. And then I'm full-time dad, full-time husband, trying to produce music and tour and gig and compose. So it's a lot. That's why I haven't written much music the last few months, because I've been building this place, and still I need like a full week, maybe 2, to get everything knocked out. So, but once I get the equipment and I get the equipment set up and installed, then I'm going to announce the grand opening and I can do the rest of the little stuff in between that time. So I'm looking at late July, early August. It's probably going to be like the last week of July or the first weekend of August is what I'm looking at. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So Rod, kind of keep that on your eye and your calendar. I'm trying to get it announced here in the next week or so that everybody has time to plan and travel. Anywho, Brother Maynard, Tech Pocket, Brother Rod, Brandon the Zealot was here. I'm not sure who else is watching. Yes. May the money come in before more grays do. So I'm praying actually that once all this is done, that my black will return. Because I tend not to live I'm really not a stressed out person. I like no drama. And this isn't drama, but it's a challenge. It's hard. This is good. Nothing good comes easy, and this is a very good thing. So it's very not easy. Anyway, y'all be blessed. Everyone get some sleep. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. So do I. And the just shall live by faith. Be blessed. Let's keep it funky as we get out of here. Here we go.